Great. And thank you everyone for waiting. I'm really excited today to invite and have Telnas talking about the kingdom of fungi. She's going to talk about inspirational living organisms for designing the built environment. But before we start, I would like to explain to you what we're doing at Habitarmonia Academy and ecosystem. There are new things that are going on, new developments, and so we're going to go into that right now. So first of all, as you all know, this is a global networking platform. We are connecting people from everywhere in the world. We have people from Iran, for example, all the way to Japan and to Australia to North America, South America, and Europe. What we do, we are coming together every 2 weeks to bring up some new webinar on what the built environment is doing. So any webinar on holistic design, and all with the mission of well-being design. We're bringing exclusive content, and we have amazing worldwide known experts. And there are some things that are new. One of the new things is this live masterminds, which is taken care once a month, and it will be next Friday, our second official live mastermind, where are going to talk about healing spaces. So for all of you, it's very interesting to come prepared to this. Have questions for that, or read some research, or have some questions. What we want you to, why we get together is because we want to have some actions and some takeaways from these masterminds. We're going to invite a worldwide known speaker on healing spaces in residential. He's a doctor, and he's going to talk from his experience what healing spaces are. And from there, we're going to have a conversation. That's once a month. Other beautiful things that we are creating and we're about to create are these courses. One of them is, it's geomancy, you see here, and we have Anil Ramjanan, who is here, and he's going to guide us in this amazing world of geomancy. He's a Feng Shui master and a geomancy master, and I'm very glad that he's going to work together with Habitarmonia on that. And another very important thing that we are organizing is this symposium. We are going to have a symposium in Barcelona live, so we have the opportunity to welcome you live to this event, which is going to be beginning of July in Barcelona, and we're doing it together with the organization One, who is an organization who is creating spaces for needed kids, refugees who are coming from other countries and are needing refuge spaces. And we are going to create this symposium, and all the benefits from this symposium are going to go to this NGO. So that's something to have in your agenda. Take a look at it. I sent a mail about it, but if you have any questions, send us an email, and we will be glad to give you more information about that. And these are the following webinars and masterminds for next week. So next Tuesday, we will have Dr. Sally Agustin, who is going to talk about personality aligned design. So she's going to talk about environmental psychology from the perspective of the personality. And as I said, Friday, we will have this collective Harmonia Mastermind, which will be at 1 p.m. Central European Time, talking about healing spaces in residential. And now I'm going to introduce our great speaker, Tilnas Parvaresh, who I don't know if I'm pronouncing well your surname, Tilnas. Correct me if I'm wrong later on. But okay, Tilnas. And what I'm going to present her. She's on a journey, and her journey began with a consecutive master program in architecture, a single program that combined undergraduate and postgraduate studies. She was accepted through a nationwide competitive exam for mathematics and physics students in high school in Iran. She's coming from Iran, ladies and gentlemen. The standard duration of the program was 6 years, and she completed it at the designated time with a total GPA of 17 out of 20 and the master's thesis score of 19 of 20. Why am I saying all that? And I didn't want to get this information away because, as you can imagine, someone who is living in Iran, she's not having the same opportunities as some of us in Europe. And I want you to know that she's a an amazing architect, and she has a great capacity, but due to the fact that she's in this country, she's a bit constrained. So I'm going to go on with her bio. The thesis in which she applied fractal principles through iterative and recursive computing algorithms to create biomimetic shapes and volumes. She felt intuitively that nature positively affects our brains. Years later, she became acquainted with biophilic design and its acknowledged impact on our health and well-being. Simultaneously, during her university education, she interned at architectural firms. Then, as an architect, she earned years of work experience in renowned offices by collaborating with designers and engineers on large projects, including healthcare facilities, workplaces, university buildings, sport facilities, commercial complexes, and residential towers in different parts of Iran with diverse climates. She learned about the characteristics of various types of buildings, gained practical knowledge in design and construction, developed the ability to manage real projects, and acquired skills to mentor less experienced team members. Today, she's a registered architect based in Iran with 20 years of professional practice. During this period, she discovered her passion for research in sustainable design. She has begun independently studying and writing articles in this field, which she uploads to her Medium profile and shares on her LinkedIn profile. I encourage you to take a look at those. She knows sustainable design is a comprehensive concept that includes retaining human health and well-being in built environments while saving natural environments. Additionally, she recognizes that much of our health and well-being is connected to brain health. Since the brain is plastic, the built environment can impact its configuration and, consequently, our health and behaviors, which makes neuroscientific and psychosocial studies essential in architectural design. These studies have consistently highlighted the beneficial effects of nature on the brain, underscoring the importance of the biophilic design in the built environment. Well, I could go on and on with her credits. She was admitted, for example, to an MP field course at the University of Cambridge, supervised by Professor Koen Stimmers, one of the top 50 most influential people in UK sustainability by building design, that started in October. But yes, as you know, she didn't have the chance to go there. It's quite a difficult situation for someone from Iran to go into UK. She was also she was going to receive a full scholarship to attend a course in August in Sweden and Finland by held by Moving Boundaries, and also she couldn't get the visa to do this. So, additionally, she strongly desires to share her knowledge and information with others face to face. That's why we have her here today. And she believes that this approach will also allow her to learn new things from them and foster professional relationships. So she's collaborating with like-minded individuals like us as an ambassador at Habitarmonia Academy to inform people globally about creating spaces that enhance health and well-being through neuroarchitecture and biophilic design via courses and webinars. So as a nature lover who believes in nature-inspired solutions and materials for brain health and in the built environments, she prepared the Kingdom Fungi, Inspirational Living Organism for Designing the Built Environment webinar to discuss. So I give you the microphone, Telnaz. Enjoy this webinar, and we are very excited to listen to you. And the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nuria, and hi to everyone. Thank you for participating. I will share my screen. Um, and then, okay. Uh, as this presentation explores the intersection of biology and architecture through the lens of kingdom fungi, I want to start with the definition of kingdom in biology for those who may not know. Kingdom is the second largest classification in the taxonomy pyramid of living organisms. Creatures within a specific kingdom share significant characteristics and evolutionary histories. The widely accepted kingdom taxonomy is the five kingdom system. This includes animals, plants, fungi like mushrooms, molds, yeasts, protists like algae, and monera like bacteria. Kingdom fungi often called the magical kingdom. But why are they so mysterious? For decades, scientists considered fungi to be plants because they have an essential plant feature, cell walls, that are absent in animal cells. However, the more scientists learned about fungi, the more traits they found that were not plant-like. For instance, fungi lack chlorophyll, so they cannot photosynthesize. It also turns out that their cell wall is made of a material most often found in animal skeletons, or they absorb nutrients from the bodies of living and dead creatures. So genetically, they are much closer to animals, but they are not even animals. For instance, they are not capable of movement. Today, it has become clear to scientists that fungi are not plants or animals, but a unique life form deserving their own kingdom, the kingdom of fungi. Some communities celebrate Fungus Day at the beginning of October to recognize the importance of fungi in our ecosystems, human well-being, and crop health. The day originated in the UK and is now celebrated around the world. Kingdom fungi members are incredibly diverse in forms, structures, and ecological roles, ranging from microscopic yeast and mold to macroscopic mushroom. While only about 150,000 species of fungi have been documented, ongoing research suggests that the number is in the millions, making fungi one of the most diverse kingdoms of life. Almost all fungi, except the unicellular yeast, consists of a filamentous structure known as hyphae. A collective network of woven hyphae forms mycelium. Mycelium may be microscopic underground or develop into dense, visible structures like mushrooms underground. Here you can see the magnification of the cell wall. One of its components uh, is chitin, a natural biopolymer found in the exoskeletons of insects, crabs, shrimps, the scales of fish, and certain other organisms. Today, we can convert mycelium to biofabricated, biodegradable, light yet strong, water and fire resistant, or acoustic materials for our products and buildings. It grows fast and can adapt to specific forms in reducing processing requirements. Mycelium acts as a natural glue when combined with organic materials such as straw, corn husks, or sawdust and becomes stronger. For instance, Mogu, a design and production studio in Italy, makes mycelium-based floors, walls, and acoustic panels for interior design, bringing nature closer to people. On the other hand, mycelium-based bricks or blocks are used as a primary construction material in architecture. In 2014, The Living, an architectural design studio, constructed a 13-meter tall pavilion called Hi-Fi at New York's Museum of Modern Art with 10,000 white bricks of mycelium created by Ecovative Design, a material company. After 3 months, it was disassembled, composted, and returned to the local community gardens. In 2017, Myco3 was designed by the Block Research Group at ETH and Karlsruhe Institute of Technology for the Seoul Biennial of Architecture and Urbanism. It consisted of naturally grown mycelium blocks. In 2021, the MycoNet research project was conducted by Pennsylvania State and North Carolina State Universities and won the SOM Foundation's Research Prize. It was about cultivating mycelium-based composites on knitted textiles for large-scale structures. The current projects with mycelium-based materials kill the fungal organism at the end of the production process. However, researchers from 6 European universities from 2022 to 2026 are working on the Fungateria project. This project aims to keep the organism alive while using the material. The material is called engineered living material. So endless possibilities such as self-regeneration, adaptation to environmental cues, or self-organization across various scales will arise. This is an exciting idea in itself. On the other hand, there are bioluminescent fungi. They glow at night. Only 70 species out of about 150,000 described species of fungi glow. The mycelium of these fungi produces specific fungal luciferin. Luciferin is a molecule that enables bioluminescent organisms to emit light. For instance, fireflies have luciferin too. Fungal luciferin's interaction with luciferase enzyme and oxygen emits green light at night. In 2017, researchers found that luciferase can interact with multiple derivatives of fungal luciferin, leading to changes in the intensity and color of emission. Therefore, I thought that if we create living materials, we may also have glowing products or buildings without electrical energy consumption. NASA is also exploring technologies that could grow self-producing, self-repairing materials out of fungi to become space stations or our future habitats in the stars, as transporting other materials will not be efficient. From a structural point of view, the efficient structures of fungi are inspiring too. In the past, mushrooms' shelter-like appearance has triggered a passion for developing a structural form. For instance, those reinforced concrete columns in which the tops of columns are shaped to form a circular disc much bigger than the diameter of the columns in the 20th century. You can see the Johnson wax surfaces by Frank Lloyd Wright and the column by Frank Henry. And still is triggering. Metropole Parasol or Setas de Sevilla in Spain have a vast mushroom-shaped roof and was completed in 2011. Little Island in New York, which sits on mushroom-shaped concrete planters, opened to the public in 2021, designed by Thomas Hitterwick. However, Kingdom Fungi's diverse structures have much more to offer, and we neglected their delicate yet advanced stable structures to mimic in our design and fabrication methods. For instance, bracket fungi have impressive self-supporting structures, so there is a great room to investigate. Or lattice stinkhorn has a geodesic dome geometry, the most concerned geometry by Buckminster Fuller, the original thinker of sustainable design. He got a patent for his works on geodesic dome design in architecture. However, he is more likely to be unaware of this species of fungi. You can see his Expo 67 World Fair in Montreal design, very similar to these lattice stinkhorns. Some fungi have gills, ridges, and pores under the cap, responsible for bearing spores and simultaneously holding up the cap. This ribbed slab system is sufficient, and you can see that a small pillar can hold a larger cap than its scale. I see the ribbed slab system of the Gothic cathedrals as very similar to these fungi. A contemporary example is the rib-stiffened funicular floor system by the Block Group at ETH, which claimed that historic structures inspired this system. They didn't mention the similarity to fungi, but I can see it, and I'm curious to know your opinion. Professor Block explained that this floor system saves more than 70% of concrete and 90% of reinforcement steel compared to the standard reinforced concrete slab. Almost 75% of the most current buildings' mass is the structure. So any attempts to reduce the structural mass can be considered significant steps towards sustainability. However, it's not just about material or structure. Their visually appealing qualities have inspired artists, architects, and designers throughout history and have been rich source of creativity. For example, the branching patterns of mycelium resemble visually appealing fractal designs. The fruiting bodies of certain fungi showcase diverse shapes, colors, patterns, and textures, all with a mysterious allure. So let's spend some time enjoying this soothing beauty. Finally, the question is, how does their incorporation in built environment impact our brains and cognitive well-being? Besides their appealing and soothing appearance in the built environment aligns with biophilic design principles that reduce stress and improve mood, and their form, structures, and life cycles can stimulate curiosity and innovative thinking for design. Fungi can break down 80% of the carbon they absorb and turn it into food to grow on. Growing them in our homes and cities helps create cleaner air in the built environment, which enhance cognitive function. Moreover, eating some mushroom is beneficial for our brain. According to the Cleveland Clinic research, non-human studies show that lion's mane mushrooms have compounds that stimulate the production of nerve growth factor, which helps grow brain cells and may enhance memory and focus. No wonder it is sometimes called the smart mushroom. However, more studies is needed for its impact on human brain. Magic mushrooms contain a compound named psilocybin. Eating them gives an alteration of consciousness experience. They are illegal in many countries. However, studies show that they create a state of hyperconnectivity in the brain, which has the potential to be beneficial in psychotherapy. Meanwhile, now that we are talking about the brain, it's a good idea to talk about fungal intelligence. Um, Microhydral fungi form a network of mycelium that grows outside tree roots and spreads into the soil. This network functions similarly to nerves in our brains. Trees use it to communicate and share chemical signals, including warnings about pests or environmental stress, or provide nutrients and water from giant and older trees to weak and younger trees to help their survival. Moreover, a research team at Tohoku University in Japan discovered that a species of wood-eating fungus has memory and decision-making capabilities despite lacking a brain. New discoveries in the study of fungi cognition could change how we understand human cognition, according to Professor Fukusawa. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Delnas. That was a beautiful journey through all this fungi world. I really enjoyed watching the
Thank
beautiful
you.
pictures and the videos and the sounds, and what a online reconnection with nature we had in these minutes with you. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Nuria.
I would ask the public, the members today, if they have any questions for Telnas or any comments or anything to say on this amazing webinar on this kingdom of fungi. Anyone?
Yeah.
Yes, Sophie, go ahead. You have to
Hello.
unmute yourself. Yeah, you were unmuted already.
Thank you, Telnas. It was very interesting. I'm wondering if there is a way to know what is available today already that we can use in design. I saw the pendant. Is it something in the future? And because from what you show, there are a lot of research and shows where those new products are made. But as for now, where can we find something that we could use already, or follow what's happening.
Yes, thank you, Sophie. Yes, as it seems that it's a very new to us that fungi has a very mysterious um, opportunities for us. Most of our in research level, but as I said, for example, the company Mugo,
Yeah.
they are designing and producing floors, walls. They sell it, and but lots of them are in the phase of research, even for medicine or in our or examples to using built environment in architecture, and they call it mycotecture, combined mycelium with architecture. It's a very new new term, mycotecture, to use fungi in our built environment because they see a lot of opportunities. So I hope we can have more it have very simple ways to use it in our architecture. For instance, it's also in a research phase that some panels made some panels in Brunel University that can purify the air. For instance, if you have these panels in your home or in our cities, it can purify the air, and it's very interesting thing.
It's great.
Yes.
Okay, so this is really the future, and this is something to follow. Yeah.
Yes, but it's not so futuristic at
no, there are
all.
there are already some developments already.
Yeah, there are some developments and very reachable. It's not just imagination. But there is we have a lot way to we are very new in this path.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Sophie. Anyone else? I don't know. Rachel, were you or Anil? Or I don't know.
Okay, I will take
Okay.
the floor. Telnas, thank you for this great presentation. Wow, you opened my eyes really, because everybody's talking about biomimicry and harmony with nature, but nobody looks at these small creatures. And I love the films and the photos you showed, because for the first time I saw also from the underside the structural engineered um, system structures. So my question is there already a software, a structural software who tells something about who can duplicate the same way these fungus are created?
Thank you, Anil. I'm so happy and glad that you like it. A software, I don't heard about a software, but I see in their works that they as it can grow very fast and very easily and can form in any mold that someone wants to make it. They can use any computer softwares for other things. And I saw some 3D printed ways, but still it cannot be used as an ink. For example, they cannot use mycelium as an ink to
Okay.
create 3D printed things. I think it can be a great step because we can have very um, different structures and forms. And now they can only made it in blocks and units.
Yes.
But if they invent something like ink uh, for their 3D printed and use it, it will be a great structures.
Yes, I think so. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I wanted to say thank you as well. And when I hear about these new materials, I think it's a sort of wider comment, but it's companies being able to put their trust in a new material, and then it comes down to insurance. And it'd be amazing if there was somebody that was with the bricks, or somebody that was making it in a form that had the safety behind it, and then it will start to grow into something commercially viable. Because I think what the case studies that you mentioned were the temporary structures. Like, are any of them still standing, and how long have they been standing, and what do they look like after 2 winters or 2 summers? Or I'm quite interested to know like how they're faring once they're out in the elements.
Yes, that's true. Thank you. I don't see your name. Rachel, you're Rachel?
Rachel, yes.
Rachel. Thank you, Rachel.
That's okay. Yeah, sorry. I finish work at 5 and I have to jump on this really, really quickly. So I'm always a bit it's always a bit shambolic. So yeah, I'm Rachel in Scotland.
No, this you write circle inside design. You don't
Yeah.
write your name because
Oh,
that's
right. I need to change it.
Thank you for your
Thank
comment.
you. Yeah, thank you. Your presentation was great. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Well, Rachel, that was a good point. I guess whenever there are some companies already giving that assurance that these materials can be used for a long term and are being insured in a way, I think that it's going to be boom, because this is an amazing material, and the beauty of it is the sustainability. For me, I'm a mushroom freak. I was telling that to my husband last week, and we went on a walk, and now it's the time to search for them, and I'm seeing them everywhere, and it's fascinating. It's this world of the fungi. It's really fascinating, but it would be even more fascinating if we can create spaces with them. I'm really blown by the beautiful. You have the beautiful images that you shown telling us these videos. Wow, really
Thank you.
nice.
I had also references. I forget to share those with you. If someone interested in all of these contents have a reference, I can share it with you if you want.
That would be awesome. We will share this in the ecosystem so everyone can take a look at those references. That's amazing. I
Yes,
will
because
ask you to.
those beautiful pictures was credited by Steve Oxford. He was an Australian photographer, and I found his photos very fascinating. The time lapse was from Getty and Shutterstock. And the other projects if you want to know more about them, I can share these references with you.
Thank you. Thank you. I will share something because meanwhile you were showing that this is one of my favorite books. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you know that one. It's called
Yeah, I've still got that one.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
brilliant.
an amazing book, isn't it amazing?
Yes, it's
It's
awesome.
just mind-blowing book over all this world of fungi. And for me, what was very interesting is how these I call them creatures. They can actually fight against all kind of rubbish, even tobacco, cigarettes. They can make it disappear. They're really strong and they're great allies for us. So I really recommend it. It's beautiful and a very easy to read book. So that's something I will also share in the ecosystem, talking about fungi and any anecdote about fungi or something to say about this beautiful
Uh,
kingdom?
I'd just like to say thank you, firstly. It was a lovely presentation, and yeah, made lots of notes and lots of beautiful new fungi that I'd never come across before. And I just think it's such a beautiful realm to explore. Like we're just scraping the surface, really. And I think even though it's at a really early stage of research, yeah, I just think it's just gonna snowball over the coming years, whether that's in the next 10 years or 50 years. I think it's just gonna we're just getting started on this path, I think. And yeah, within architecture design, whether that's but it also just spills over into so many other realms, I guess, as well, like healthcare. And it's yeah, so fascinating. And I think it's just another beautiful rabbit hole to dive into.
Yeah, thank you, Mason. I saw you write your favorite fungi is fly. Uh,
Yeah, that one just
uh,
reminds me of my childhood. It's like the typical cartoon fungi that you would see in like children books and stuff like that. Um, and I came across a really cool, I don't know how true it is, but there's sort of theories of it being related to the symbolism of Christmas, like the Siberian shamans would use it. Um, and it's just loads of theories about the relationship to reindeers and sort of parcels under the tree and stuff like that. But yeah, it's sort of the iconic mushroom, and I've never found one, so it's something that I love. I like to go foraging, and there's always other mushrooms, but never a fly agaric because they typically stand out the most as well from from their appearance. But I've never come across one. But one day.
I, th I
one
think
day.
there was one of your pictures that had the little ones that are red and white, and I think that there's like they think that in folklore that that's what the idea of like little gnomes and little magical people came from. So when you see like a typical like a pixie or a gnome with the red, especially sort of Scandinavia, there's a big like
Yeah.
gnome mythology kind of thing. That I think that's what those when I saw those little red and white ones, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the gnome. People thought they were little creatures like running around.
Yeah.
Um, Beautiful. Well, I would just end up by asking if everyone had one takeaway to say, just a sentence from this beautiful webinar, just a sentence to say, okay, what is your one takeaway for today? And then we can close the session for today and we can see us again next week on personalities and environmental psychology. So, who wants to start? I will start then. I learned something. Mycotecture. That's a new word for me, and I will look for that one. And I'm going to look for someone who's going to talk more about that as well. So, Thank you for that, Tanas.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I will consider fungi are the greatest architects of the world. They are as beautiful and amazing in terms of structure.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so
really
much.
great story. They are very inspiring, and I think very structures that they invent comes from fungi, but no one mentioned them.
Yeah. Someone else. One sentence. Anil, you're muted. Wait, we cannot hear you.
My takeaway. Although you always see them, you know, the bracket fungi. My takeaway is, why can't we design buildings like a bracket fungi? I mean, we hardly need any space for it, and when we can learn from them how they do it aesthetically, wow, that would be a great win. So that was my takeaway.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Thank you, Anil.
I got one. So I think the number was, there's like 150,000 species discovered, and we're beginning to realize the potentials within that number. But they think that there's millions to be found. So I think if you can sort of, think of it in terms of that, and then the potentials above that, then I think, it's just amazing, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, really amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to read the one from Teresa. She cannot connect with her camera, and microphone. So her takeaway is the power of the structure, the nature structure. And she's saying that they used mycelium for insulation in Dubai. So we will love to hear more about that, Teresa, in one of the next sessions. Thank you for that. And Valentina.
Hi everybody. I'm blown away, as I wasn't thinking that mushrooms can be used in this way. I'm so impressed. And my takeaway is, like, I got that picture in my mind as she was representing how they can be as lighting at nighttime. So I'm just imagining how the city can look with mushrooms like that. So
Yes.
my takeaway is that picture of a future buildings and towns with the mushrooms, and so we don't need lights. We can just have them growing next to the, I don't know, streets and things like that. So that's my takeaway. I will research about this part.
Yeah,
sure.
thank you, Valentina. It's interesting. I think about glowing products, but just in case we can have these glowing products, if they can find a way to keep the organism alive, because now they kill after making a material or product, they kill that organism. But if they are working on a project, keep that organism. If it came alive, then we can have glowing products and buildings. Maybe no need for electricity.
That would be awesome. Great. Okay, I think we had everyone. Did we? Yeah. No, Rachel.
I've got one. Mine's a bit rambling. I was thinking about next time, like, you go and get some bread, or you go to the fruit bowl and there's something that's moldy and you're like, oh, yuck. Like, don't think, oh, yuck, and think about, like, wow, like, what is this? Where has this come from? And what is it doing? And how beautiful it looks, and all that kind of stuff instead.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
It's okay.
Thank you,
Sorry.
all of you. It was really beautiful. I'm really impressed. I'm dreaming about mushrooms right now and mushroom structures and how to implement that in the design of interiors. So thank you so much, Talnas. Thank you everyone for being today here and for being connected like Mycelium. And yeah, let's see us probably next week. I would love to see you there with this new webinar. And with this said, have a wonderful evening.